All right, let's continue. So let's talk about pros of charity, doing charity in Belize. What are one of the pros of doing charity in Belize? Well, we can say we're giving hope to the hopeless. Yes. One of the good things about what we do is that we give people who have lost all glimmer of hope. We bring back hope alive in their life. We bring back hope into their psyche and their mind, because seriously, there are some people who are on the verge of giving up, literally giving up. So the pros of doing charity work in Belize is that we have that opportunity whereby we can give back people their dignity, man. Give back people that are feeling that at least somebody care. At least there's somebody who can understand my plight. Somebody who can relate to the experience where I got through at this moment. For example, how much people know what it is to get put out of a house because you can't pay your rent? There are people right now who owe their landlord 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. There are people, me gone through it. See me right there? Me, Mr. Albert, gone through it. I know that what figure put out of your house because you can't pay your rent. And not because you don't want to pay the rent. Not because you say, well, yeah, not pay you no rent. You just not have it. You just not have it to pay. Things bad, no job. No money to make, no money to come in. How and pay you don't got no money. But you need one roof over your head, especially if you got a young picnic. How much people know how you feel if you don't got no job? For the walk around and any vacancy, sir? No job. Unemployed. I know how that feel. I mean, some people wonder, why Mr. Albert do anything? Because I me once today. I me there one time in my life. I know how you feel if you don't got no job. I know how you feel if you catch one boat with exact money if you go to San Pedro for look for a job and get out there and still not find no job and have the exact money if you come back home the following day. Don't know nobody at San Pedro, and so I had to be, because I knew somebody at the fire station, asleep at the fire station. Struggle is real. The struggle was always real. The struggle not change. Alright, there are people who don't got no food. There are kids tonight who gonna sleep than a baby to eat. Or if they do eat, they never nothing lavish. Never nothing lavish. Don't everybody got Milo in their house. Don't everybody got powder milk and condensed milk in their house or lala milk. Some people name got sugar, but the people ain't gonna sleep. I mean, you know that so much people know you have one bill for pay the high school and can't pay it because you don't got the money. You don't got no savings. You know? Some people say, what? Lad, can't even pay your college picnic school fees. You think if people come and pay it, they pay it? Things literally rough. Some people can't pay their school fees and picnic. Anytime you hear graduation, they come out, people scramble to get that money to pay graduation fee, to pay, you can't get a report card if you don't pay for your school fee. Can't pay their bill. And the worst part is when you're a parent and can't provide for your child. I think they eat out your dignity of your soul. You feel like one failure because you can't pay for your picnic school fees. You know how much requests that we get? You know how much messages we receive of people who don't have nothing to feed their picnic? You know what people say, Mr. Albert, please put me up there because they try to look for a job. School is open and I have no money for give me picnic for buying a school bag, just buying a school book. I don't have nothing for buying a school supplies. I can't even afford the uniform. I can't even afford to register the child in a school. Those are the kind of requests that we receive every day. Every day. The suffering is real. Really, real. So, how we fix that? Last year, I believe one of our friends from Las Vegas, Marsha Pitts. Good night, Marsh. Good day, Marsh. Whatever tells you. Good day, Marsh. Marsha Pitts came up with the idea, Albert, why don't we do a back to school giveaway? And what we did, we went around the city and we gathered textbooks from students who had graduated from fourth farm and have no need for them books. Students who were promoted to third farm and have no need to the books. And so the third farm books and give us, so the second farm books, so the first farm books. But we collected textbooks from throughout different homes around the city. And what we did, we took those textbooks to retail park and we selected a day whereby parents, students can come with their book lists and they would call out and say, I need a Bekalam. Mr. Alberto, no kind of Bekalam? Yes, we have 12. You need a Bekalam? Please, somebody please get that one a Bekalam. And we gave away books, depends on the type of textbook they need. Nobody spent $1 out there that day. Everything was who have, who not have, one get. When it's done, it's done. But everybody get one chance to get one free or 2 or 3 textbooks based on the book list that they had. It was a beautiful event. Beautiful event. Alright? And then also Marsha brought in school bags and school supplies and she loaded up the school bags. And the school bags that Marsha brought in from the States, along with the ones that we had received some years ago from Belizeans in the States, we were able to give, I think, if I'm not right, Marsha, correct me, I think over 200 students received school bags that day out there at Retail Park. So we don't have it like that, but by networking with the right people, all right, and by being able to communicate with Belizeans who know what the struggle is when they're there, and they say, listen to me, we the states, we the part, it is plenty. We want to give back to the country, we want to give back to the Belizean people. And that's how we were able to pull off that back to school event last year. Alright? So, when you could relate to what people go through, when you yourself does go through the same thing that people go through to the day, it is different than, and then you could stay right there. After any problem that no, you know what it feel like. I know what it feel like if you don't got no money if you give me a picnic to go to school. I know what it feel like for the look around for seek help. They want to pay your picnic school fees so they could graduate. I know what that feel like. And that's why we don't turn back people. We don't turn back people who need help based on a religion. We don't turn back people who need help based on their choice of political party, who they choose to support. We are here and we are organized and we are commissioned by God to help His people. His Belizean people. No matter the race, no matter the ethnicity, no matter the religious background, or the different type of religious belief, and worst of all, we don't care who you vote for. Because for us, it's not about votes. For us, it's about making a difference in your picnic life, in your pupa life, in your life, whether medically, whether educational wise, or any way that we can possibly try to help you to improve your standard of living. That's the way we differ. That is what God has asked us to do. Help my people. If we can't, we can't turn blood into stone. If we could do it, you bet by God's grace we can do it. Alright? So we give people hope. One of the pros and the good thing about doing charity in Belize is that we give people hope, because we can relate to the things that they go through, because there was a time in my life when I gone through the very things that I see people they go through. I wish that there was an organization called Little Highlights when I made to take my lick. Yes. Take your lick by yourself. Friends and family can only do so much. And they say sometimes when days are dark, friends are few. You know who they are friend. Until you take your tire flat by your buttocks, you know who they are friend. Alright, so let's move on. Number 4. One of the pros of doing charity in Belize is we get to create real, true, long lasting friendship with random strangers at home in Belize and internationally. And I must say, true, good, lasting friendship. Man, we have had in our home, I think like 2 years ago, we had in our home the friendship that we had created on Facebook with a US ex-police lady, detective. You know, she had retired from the Los Angeles police precinct, and she said, you know, I've never been to Belize, I've always wanted to come to Belize, and we invited her to come to Belize. And that day, she came and that lady said, man, she said, you guys made me feel so good, the best vacation I ever take. Now when I come to Belize. So, one of the pros of doing charity in Belize is that we have created true, wonderful, good friendship with Belizeans and strangers at home and abroad. Alright? We have met Belizeans. We never know them from Adam. But just because of this program that we do, we were able to connect. We click. And up to this day, we are friends. Alright? We are friends. They come to Belize. When they come to Belize, they call us up. Hey Al, I'm in Belize. Pull up, we go hang out for a night. We go by Midtown, or we go somewhere nice and sit down and talk and have a late dinner and discuss, you know, on what we do, how we do it. Some of them come specifically just to see us. They don't want to find out, hey man, I'm watching you guys over there in New Jersey, I'm watching you guys in Los Angeles, or I'm following you guys all the way in Detroit. And I'm here in Belize. Just want to meet you guys and say, you know, I love the work that you do, and we talk. But we form a bond and we create a friendship. And when they return back to the States, they commit by continuing to support Little Highlights, because they love what we do in making a difference in the lives of children, young mothers, adults, you know, by giving back to people in need. All right, finally, one of the pros of doing charity in Belize is that we get the opportunity to be able to remind people that God is still real. Alright? God is still real, and that God still works miracles. God still works miracles. Yes. We have been able to showcase people on our page who had bad medical issues. For example, my friend Dean, when we first met Dean foot me look terrible. Dean me feel like this Mr. Albert, now cut off your foot. I said, no Dean, you're not cut off your foot, just pray brother, pray. And we pray with Dean. Didn't tell you if you don't believe me, meet Dean and turn about Dean, make Dean tell you no. We pray and I tell Dean, no worry papa, they're not cut off your foot. God, I'm trying to cut off your foot. And now today Dean good. Dean foot is properly healed. Dean has his job, he's able to provide for his family. And again, we have seen another miracle where, hey, God answer prayers, man. God answer prayers. And so our program, it is not just charity work for give and charity work for showcase people's stories, but our charity work is to also bring an awareness that Belizeans need to trust God more. We trust everybody except God. We have a lot of confidence in the politicians. The minister, the era rep, how much people they big up God, you know? And so our platform was also created by God to let people remember that, hey, there is still a God who works miracles. There is still a God who wants to hear your prayer. You know? I tell people all the time, God speaks, I listen. And when he spoke and talked to me and told me to create this platform called the Devil Highlights, God was so direct in how to run this program called the Devil Highlights. When he spoke to me, he says, why don't you create a Facebook page? He gave me the name. He said, you will call it the Devil Highlights. You will help all the poor people. Very specific. You will help all the poor people. You will advertise their little small business so they could sell them and all the same powder bun, whatever, Creole bread. So because you have the ability to help them get their product sell and get sales. Me never aware of that. God tell me if you do. Then he also says, you will see how much I will bless you. And you will see how much people I will bless through you. The only thing is, don't mix my work with politics. And that's why we don't interfere in the works of politicians. We don't promote the work of politicians. Their thing is their thing, and we just do our thing and we do God's work, but we don't mix the two. Alright? We don't mix the two. Because God said it. Keep my work out of politics, and the voice disappeared. Most recently, the voice of God spoke to me when I was one night at Mr. Zelaya's house. And while we were there, we were talking jokingly, and you know, I was looking at his son's bed sore. His son Marco. Marco had a bed sore that was about this size or a little bit bigger on his foot. And Mr. Zelaya, through different trial and error and different technique that he used, was able to cure and heal his son's bed sore from a sore that big to something that was completely clean. It got flesh. The flesh had gone back where there was once a hole. And as I look at that bed sore, the voice of God said to me, why don't you get Mr. Zelaya to help you with those persons who you will meet suffering from bed sores? Look at what he has done to his son. Ask him. And I asked Mr. Zelaya, says, I want to ask you something. Since you're able to do this with your son and literally heal his bed sore, through the methods and the trial and errors ways you have discovered a way to clean and help your son with his bed sore, wouldn't you mind assisting me in helping to heal other guys that I meet who are suffering from the same thing? And with the first word, Mr. Zella said, yes, ma'am. No problem. Right away, he accepted that request, and now Mr. Zelaya is doing such of amazing work with persons who are suffering from bed sore. Every so often he gets a new person to attend to, and each of his patients that he attends to have excellent reviews to see how Mr. Zelaya has been able to take a bed sore that is like this and you see it shrink down to nothing by the methods and and what people don't know is that after he attends to his patients, I literally see him hold their hands and pray with each of his patients for their speedy recovery. Tell me God is not real. Tell me God is not real. So, we're not just an organization that, you know, gives jokes on Saturday night and make people laugh, but we're an organization that promotes Jehovah God, the God of the universe, the God that created the 7 days, the God that made the heaven and the earth, the God that said the Sabbath is holy. That is the God that we create. And some people say, but why are you calling on Jehovah? The Bible says his name is Jehovah. Well, we don't want to make no mistake. Jehovah God. Does that make me a Jehovah Witness? No. Nope, 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 not one bit. Not one bit. But we want to honor and praise God for the wonderful things he has been doing to us. And we submit ourselves to him to be used as instruments to bring healing and blessing to people in need. Alright? So, one of the pros of doing charity work in Belize for us, as they will highlight, is seeing people starting to have faith back in God. To see people who had lost their faith come alive when they hear the stories of people and how God has blessed them and healed them. Faith comes alive in the hearts of these people. Alright, let's continue. This was last year when we did our book drive, back to school book drive, where we collected books from within the community, and then we took those same books, all of them, out to BTL Park. We invited people to come with their book lists, and they were able to select at least 3 books from off their book list to take home free of cost. We were happy to do this. We thank everyone who came out to support, and we were still trying to do it this year, but last year it was a success thanks to all the efforts of our volunteers and Marsha, who came with school bags from the States. God is good.